welcome Sri S. Krishnan ji, Secretary in the Ministry of Electronics and IT, and Sri Sushir Par ji, Joint Secretary in the Ministry of Electronics and IT. On the dais, we also have Sri Pankaj Mohindru, Chairman of ICEA. Now, to begin the activities for today, I'd request Pankaj sir to kindly give his welcome remarks to this August gathering. Thank you.
Honorable Ashwini ji, Honorable Jitin Prasad ji, Secretary Krishnan ji, Sushil Pal ji, and all my friends from the industry, media. We are witnessing a revolution. The electronic manufacturing is sincerely a revolution. This kind of trajectory India has only seen maybe once before with the Green Revolution. The success of the ECMS scheme is a vindication of all the efforts which we have been putting in the last, especially the last 10 years. This scheme, I think, had more consultation than I think any other scheme in the history of this country. It continued for about 8-9 months. There were a lot of learnings which went into this. And I must thank the MeitY team, the industry people, the team from ICA, Rajesh, Ashish, Kapil, and Rishabh, and special people from the industry who really participated in formulation. There's Naveen, I remember, Priyanka, Sunil, Atul, many other people. It was a fantastic team spirit. And I think this scheme will have the same, flying results like the mobile PLI. The mobile PLI, you all know about the success. It is going to triple the manufacturing output from 2,20,000 to nearly 6,50,000. Sir, we'll end the year 26-27 with approximately 6,50,000 of output from 220,000. And exports by 1,200%. We were at 22,800 crores, and we'll end up with 3 lakh crores of exports. Thank you, Virat, for the huge heavy lifting which you have done. And this is in spite of the 2 COVID years and the geopolitical situation, which was somewhat a showstopper, and we expect that will end now. ECMS is a very unique scheme. It spans the entire electronic sector horizontally and vertically. It's the first framework which brings every vertical of electronics under its umbrella and covers the full spectrum of components, sub-assemblies, PCBs, displays, sensors, modules, and batteries. What is going to happen with this scheme is that the middle ground, we had started the foundational industries, the middle ground, which is so important, and the Prime Minister's vision, which he has stated, which is like the abiding framework for us to move to 500 billion. So that's about 138 to 500 billion is the target, which we have to do in 5 years. But in sub-assemblies and components, the growth is going to be from, say, 12 billion to 70 to 80 billion of components, and a similar number in sub-assemblies. So that is about 600-700% growth in these segments, where a lot of hard work is going to be put, and ECMS is going to be a very foundational thing for this. And we'll start seeing the results in the next 2, 3, 4 years. This scheme will also give, wings to our, like the IT hardware scheme, where instead of sequential progress, today, in the next 6 to 12 months, our ecosystems will be capable of offering a deep cut. The global brands talk about a disability of $20, $30. But once we roll out the ECMS, and the capacity start building up, then our companies can give a deeper cut, and that will provide a bit. The three major disabilities which India still continues to have, we have progressed a lot in disabilities. Uh, it's so heartening that power cost now is on par with China and Vietnam. We could not imagine that a few years back. 20 years back, this used to be the main disability of this country. So today, what are we left with? We are left with bill of material disabilities. Some of them, that's because of the ecosystem which is entrenched in China. It's a very strong ecosystem in China and Vietnam. So this will chip away at that disability. Our second important disability is capital cost, where the states are pitching in. There are good schemes for that. I think with the scale, we will fix that also. The third, of course, is the interest cost, which has to be addressed separately. Competitiveness is the key. Uh, this sounds a bit cliched, but scale is the bedrock of competitiveness. You've seen when volumes rise, we tried to talk about component sub-assemblies a few years back also. But how is it that everything seems to be fitting in place? This is the scale. And scale and GVCs is strategy, and the strategy is scales and GVCs. The ECMS scheme is a lot of Indian companies, but which is the mother hen? The mother hen are the GVCs. And that is what our focus is. And my one request, how Ashwini ji was able to transform the pull from the semiconductor companies. I sincerely request that he should put his personal effort into a few of the GSEs, and I think the remaining ones will crack very soon. Sir, one very important message I want to give to the industry. We must build indigenous capital goods capability as a national mission now. Advanced machinery, tools, precision equipment are the backbone of competitive electronic manufacturing, and local capability here will decide the depth and resilience of our value chains. If we master the machines, we will master the market. This is the first time I'm reading out of a prepared script in my life, sir, because the team insisted on this, that you tend to go off this thing, so you stay on course. So the other important thing is technology transfers and joint ventures, which will be a very essential catalyst. MeitY has a glorious tradition of ensuring that the payouts on the scheme are very robust. I think that needs to be continued, and the credibility which we have built on which India was not famous for that over the last 30-40 years, that repeatedly you hear that particular state has reneged on commitments, but I think all that is becoming a matter of past. So the other thing is that ease of doing business has improved a lot. It has really improved a lot, and I think we must hit the last nail in the coffin of this things, because if we spend more time on development rather than fighting ease of doing business, I think to achieve the Prime Minister's vision of $500 billion, we need concentration and we need hard work, and distractions on ease of doing business, particularly on the tax matters, will be very, very important for us. I think predictability is the key, and no one knows this better than this. I also want to thank all the industry associations who have worked on this. It's a national project. Electronic manufacturing is a national project, and thank you very much for the support of each one of you. This is not ICA's work only. This is everybody has contributed to this. Even the smaller associations like the PCB Association has contributed to it. That's why this scheme is so dynamic and so enriched. It's not a like a LCM kind of scheme. It's dynamic. It addresses all the segments, and it's wonderful work which has happened. And you can see the results of this. Thank you very much again. And we, on behalf of the industry, commit our everything, 100%, to ensuring that the Prime Minister's vision of 500 billion is achieved. Thank you.
Thank you, Pankaj sir, for setting the tone for today's event. Next, I kindly request Shri S. Krishnan ji to share his thoughts and ideas with us.
The Honorable Minister for Electronics, Information Technology, Railways and Information and Broadcasting, the Honorable Minister of State for Electronics and Information Technology and Commerce and Industry, Shri Pankaj Mohindru, Chairman of ICEA, my colleague in MeitY, Shri Sushil Pal, other colleagues from MeitY and members of industry and members of the media. Let me first thank ICEA for organizing this event today, which is both in a sense highlighting what the ECMS has been able to do and also giving us an occasion to indicate to you the next tranche of applications that have been approved. You would recall about 10 days ago, we had approved the first tranche of 7. Today, we are approving the next tranche of 17 with a total investment of about 7,172 crore. The details, of course, will be announced shortly. This is basically to reflect the speed with which we are trying to operate this. But I think if we have to operate fast, the most important thing is if execution has to be quick, there has to be enough planning that needs to go into it. We've spent a lot more time on the drawing board as far as the ECMS scheme is concerned, as Mr. Mohindru pointed out. My colleagues in MeitY, my colleagues in NITI, and especially we benefited a lot from the directions of the ministers as well in terms of, where could be the limitations and why we needed to go back to industry and consult again and talk to them again. All of this was important. The basic objective is really to deepen the value chain in India, ensure that more electronics manufacture takes place in India in terms of components, so that with deepened value chains, even as a part of a global value chain in electronics manufacture, we have enough deep roots so that tomorrow, if even our labor costs rise, it's not as if the industry will move out of here. We have an innate and inbuilt competitiveness. That is the basic objective with which this has been done. And the idea is that the world itself is looking at diversification and resilience, and India can truly emerge as part of a diversified and resilient value chain. So these were the two twin objectives with which this scheme was brought together. And it also is to be the, in a sense, a crucible based on which we would be able to look at other parts of electronics and not just mobile phones, which are now about 45% of the overall industry. So various other elements of electronics, whether it is auto electronics, whether it is medical electronics, other forms of consumer electronics, industrial electronics, all of them will benefit. And who knows, there might be newer devices which we, like the mobile phones were about 20 years ago, newer devices which need to come into the market and which we need to support. So this, in a sense, lays that foundation stone. That is the importance of this scheme. And on the government side, we also learned from earlier schemes that we have implemented in MeitY itself, in order to design it in a way that becomes truly, in a sense, if we are looking to make India competitive, then this scheme also needs to be competitive. It can't be a squatter's paradise, as some of our earlier schemes have been, in terms of somebody gets an approval and just sits on it for an extended period of time. So quite honestly, that is one message to industry today, that there is a limited pot of money, 22,000 crores and all, and there are a number of applicants. There are 249 applicants. We are going to clear all of them. But who gets the money depends on how quickly you execute. So it is a race to the finish, literally, in terms of not just getting an approval and working on it, but actually putting the project on ground and making sure that production starts, in order that you should be able to claim the subsidies that are available, the grants that are available under the scheme. It is intended to be competitive. And I'm also aware that a number of state governments have sort of backed up this scheme with their own support, and that's also on a similar basis. And therefore, in a sense, this has become one of the most attractive schemes in this particular sector and should lead to substantial production. All the effort involved in consultation, all the support that we got from the industry associations and members of industry enabled us to truly put together a scheme which was found to be both attractive, pragmatic, and practical by the industry, which is what has led us where we are today. The implementation and the success of this is something that everybody is watching. Other industries are watching. The rest of government is watching. The economy as a whole is watching. We have all our friends from the media. And clearly, these are questions we'll have to answer a year or two down the line when all of this has to come together. And I'm sure with this kind of participation today and this kind of endorsement that we receive from all of you, we would be able to definitely make sure that this is a successful scheme which truly delivers on the objectives that it's intended to deliver on. And that is where we would end up with. So as I said, I just had two messages: the importance of the scheme itself to be the foundation for much more that is to come in the electronics sector, which is likely to be the largest manufacturing sector globally. And therefore, India, as a large consumer of electronics at any point in time, needs to have a significant presence. And that is one crucial reason why we need to be there. We have a big goal there. We have a $500 billion goal, and a significant proportion of it, almost $150 billion, is to be met through component manufacture and component exports. And we need to be globally competitive. This is not a scheme built behind tariff walls or built behind protection. It's a scheme where we have to end up being competitive and being able to export the components also that we make globally. So that is another important element. And the other message, of course, is because it's all about competition, please compete amongst yourselves and make sure that you're able to claim your incentives in time. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you so much, Krishnan sir, for your instructive words to the industry. May I now request our guest of honor, Shri Jitin Prasad ji, to kindly deliver his special address.
Thank you and good morning. My senior colleague, Union Minister for Electronics and IT, Railways and Information and Broadcasting, Shri Ashwini Vaishnaw ji, Secretary of our department, Mr. Krishnan, the ICEA Chairman who goes off track, Mr. Mahendru, that's your, of course, and Mr. Sushil Pal, who's been instrumental in the ministry for this scheme. With me here in this hall, all the industry players, friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen, it is a privilege to be here and being part of that electronic revolution that has been just stated, that's taking place in India, as has been envisioned by our Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji. And this is something which is spectacular. And I can tell you, not that he's sitting here on the dais, the person who has been key to the success of this scheme is Mr. Ashwini Vaishnaw ji, whose clarity and focus on the market has ensured that we've broken all targets that we've set in terms of investment, production, as well as employment. And, has been said that, of course, Prime Minister has said that the US $500 billion target in the next 5 years by 2030. And we're on course with our PLI schemes, with this components manufacturing scheme, with, of course, electronic hubs that we are going ahead with, and skill and talent development. So this is a part of the strategy where the government is very well placed. And I can tell you, not that I'm going to be patting myself on the back, but through you, we have to tell the world that India in this scenario of global uncertainties, instability of markets, we've had 3 back-to-back victories at the federal level, with Prime Minister Modi ji coming back for the 3rd term. And even after those 3 victories, the states, Haryana, Delhi, Maharashtra, and now Bihar, just goes to show that India is stable on its course. And we have to tell the world about what's happening in India, how the sentiment of the people and with the strong leadership. And not that it's patting ourselves on the back, but it's about where there is stability, there is a long-term vision, the governments have decision-making power, ability to take risks, and India is that fertile land now, which will see the electronics revolution with schemes such as these, which is totally going to be making India, as the Prime Minister wants, to be the manufacturing hub as well as the export hub of the world. So make in India and make for the world. And that's where we are headed. We've seen that, and we've talked about in every stage, that our growth in these last 10 years, and from as far as mobile goes, we've, from 2 to 300% increase, I can say. And, all across, the 3rd largest sector of exports has been electronics, and steadily growing, which is highly commendable. And, my one request would be to ICEA that, while I entered, Ashwini, they told us about the states that they're in. So it's Karnataka and Tamil Nadu and Gujarat and UP also. But Bihar is one state I would want you to look at from now onwards, to see that we see this mandate is for the youth of Bihar. And I request all of you to look at, they're so talented. And that is one state we want to give the thrust and the boost as far as jobs are concerned for the young there. So that would be my request. And I congratulate all those people who, the 17, who have passed the finishing line and are ready to take the benefits of the government. But I repeat what Mr. Krishna has said, it's not, you have to compete further, and you can't be squatting on the government fund. So you can never be relaxed about it, that I've got the qualification, but you have to fight till the finish. So that's what the message of this thing is. I'm very happy that this success has been showcased, and we want to take it forward with the leadership of the Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji and Ashwini ji. We all are here to work with you and ensure that there's a ease of doing business, the hassles and the compliances that are redundant are no more necessary. We want an approach which is fast trajectory, with transparent and above all a level playing field for all, and that's what the government's intent is. And I'm sure with your help and your collaboration, we're going to excel in this sector, and India is going to be the hub for electronics. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jitin sir, for taking the time out to engage here with the industry today. We are extremely grateful for your presence. And now for the next segment, consisting of some very exciting announcements, I would like to hand over the stage and the proceedings to Shri Sushir Parji.
Honorable Minister, sir, when you consented for this industry event, we thought that we might as well take advantage of this event with the presence of so many industry leaders as well as government functionaries, and also to take the advantage and also announce the approval we have in the second tranche of the ECMS application, sir. The way we go, sir, I'll be just presenting 2-3 slides, and then we'll move on to the approvals. So in this, sorry, okay, it's not going. So in this second transfer, we have approval for 17 applications. As you can see on the screen, 17 applications for approximately 7,200 crore. And these are in 6 different categories, ranging from camera module, connectors, oscillators, enclosures, multi-layer PCB, and optical transceivers. As you would notice, the PCB again takes the chunk of the approvals with almost 3,000 crore of incentive with 9 applications. And then we have enclosures and optical transceivers. Enclosures, as you know, is a highly capital intensive. Therefore, one application for 1,500 crore, which is coming from ACUS, which is a contract manufacturing company, which is an Indian-grown contract manufacturing and company emerging into a MNC and operates into various sectors like aerospace, toys, and consumer electricals. Optical transceivers is one application from Zabil, which is MNC, one of the top-ranking MNC, and which is largely a design and engineering company. And oscillators is coming from the Raycon, which is a New Zealand-based company, and the significant part is that they'll be actually also manufacturing the quartz crystals. Connectors is one application coming from TE connectivity, and that's a good amount of investment when we think of the component like connector, and it's again one of the top-ranking MNC in the connector business. And the camera module, we have 3 applications, which each ticket size of about 250 crore each. And these applications, as you know, they are spread out across all over India. I think, as you can see from the map, which is on your screen, that these 17 applications are in 9 states, 5 applications in Karnataka, and 3 each in Maharashtra and Tamil Nadu, and 1 application each UP, MP, Gujarat, J&K, and Goa. The key highlights, as you would notice, is, investment is has already been stated. The total production, which is expected from these applications during the scheme tenure, is about 65,000 crore. And the total employment is, direct employment is about 12,000 crore, and these are conservative figures, and indirect employment is expected to be another 3 times of this. And significant highlight is the first ever optical transceiver manufacturing applications being approved, PCB up to 40 layers being approved, and quartz crystal manufacturing is something which Raycon will be starting for the first time in the country, and it's the first investment which MeitY is approving for investment in J&K, and also the high-end enclosure, which is highly precision-based manufacturing. So we would now be approving. We would now be moving forward for announcing the approvals and handing over of the approval letter by Honorable Minister of Electronics and IT, Railways and Information and Broadcasting. So with the permission, I'll be announcing the name of the approved applicants and would request the concerned CEOs, MD, and the presidents to come forward and receive the applications. And so, keeping in view the ethos of the MeitY, we would request, if you permit, we would also request, once they receive the approval letter, we'd request them to speak at least for a minute from the top 10 ones. So we don't have a time for all the applicants, but at least the top 10 one, it can speak, keeping the 1 minute time limit in mind, as to how the ECMS scheme would help you to ramp up the production, how it will help you to deepen the value chain. Okay, and as Minister Sir has requested, also you can focus on the quality, because that is a very essence in case you have to stay competitive. So with that, I think we move to the first application, which is the ACUS manufacturing. I would request Mr. Rajiv Kaul, MD of ACUS Consumer Products Private Limited, to come forward. This is about investment of 1,500 crore and cumulative production of 7,700 crore. The plan was, we speak then now? Sure. We'll call them. Right, sir. The next I would request Mr. Suket Singhal, MD of Secure Circuits Limited. Next, I would request Mr. S. Vishwanath, MD of TE Connectivity India Private Limited, to come forward. Next, I would request Mr. Santosh Bhagwat, Director of Business Management for Jabil Circuits India Private Limited, to come forward. So they will be making optical transceivers in Gujarat for almost 1,000 crore of investment. Next, I would request Mr. Josh Folger, President of JetFab India Private Limited. So we have two applications for the JetFab. One is for the multi-layer PCB, and the second application is for JetChem supply chain services, which is for the optical transceivers for almost 50 crores. Next. Josh, I would request you to stay back. Josh, I think you have the second one as well. You got two applications. One for the optical transceiver as well. Oh, sorry, both in the same file. Sorry, my bad. Mr. Arun Pasanis for Raycon India Private Limited. Would request Mr. Pradeep Menon to come forward from Micropack Private Limited. They're already one of the very established PCB manufacturers. So they plan, they're very established PCB manufacturers and in Bangalore. The next, I would request Mr. Rahul Agrawal, Director from ASUK Safety Components India Limited. They plan to make the camera module for the auto sector, and they have an in-house technical capability in Singapore and planning to replicate the same capability in India as well. Next, I would request Mr. Vivek Jindal, CEO of Unominda, to come forward. They have also applied for the camera module for the auto sector, and they have in-house capability for the camera module business, and they intend to carry out the complete value addition process here. Next, I would request Mr. R.S. Simha, ATNS India Private Limited, to come forward for a multi-layer PCB application. They have another application for SDI PCB, which we will be brought forward, which is highly capital intensive in the next rounds. Next, I would request Mr. Sendil Venkatachalam, Director, HiQ Electronics Private Limited, for a multi-layer PCB. They intend to manufacture the 40 layers PCB for defense and aerospace. I think a big rounds of applause for them. Next, I would request Mr. Birendra Kumar, Director from Sierra Circuits, again for multi-layer PCB up to 16 layer for defense and aerospace. Next, I would request Mr. Varun Manwani, Managing Director, Info Power Technologies Private Limited, again for a multi-layer PCB. So it's a Sahasra Group company. They also they presently have a PCB plant and also a semiconductor ATMP plant as well in Bhiwadi. Next, I would request Sanjeev Narayan, Sirma Mobility Private Limited, for their application for a camera module subassembly. The next, I would request Mr. Vinay Prakash Agrawal, Director of Meena Circuit, Meena Electrotech Private Limited, for multi-layer PCB. And the last application, which yes, sir. So this is being manufactured in Jammu and Kashmir, and that goes to show the confidence of the industry in the governance of that state. And the next one is Mr. Manish Revani, Business Head for eHome IoT Private Limited, for a multi-layer PCB. That's also, I think we have announced all the approvals. We'll request the dignitaries to kindly take the seat. We'll be handing over the mics to the 10 people who have been, who are to speak at least for 1 minute. Can we hand over the mic to Mr. Rajiv Kaul?
Honorable Union Minister Shri Ashwini Vaishnaw ji, Honorable Minister of State Shri Jitin Prasad ji, respected Secretary MeitY Shri S. Krishnan ji, Shri Shilpal ji, distinguished officials of the Government of India, esteemed guests, industry partners, ladies and gentlemen, and of course, Shri Pankaj Mahendraji from ICEA. On behalf of ACUS, I stand before you today with deep gratitude and a profound sense of responsibility. It is truly an honor to be selected under the ECM scheme. It's a visionary initiative that reflects India's ambition to become a global manufacturing powerhouse. Let me just go slightly off track. I wanted to tell you, sir, we have built India's ACUS aerospace vertically integrated ecosystem. It took us 15 years to build that, and I can tell you with great this one that, sir, our process was 100% in-country value and to be globally competitive. Today, we deliver products for Airbus, Boeing, Safran, and Collins out of India, 100% in-country value for select products. It took us 15 years, but I would tell you aerospace was hard. Consumer electronics is harder. That also I can tell you. Like consumer electronics journey, we started 30 months back. We just be short. And as per the quality, there are 80 processes involved in the manufacturing with dimensional accuracy of 0.01 mm, with 90% in-country value can be generated outside. It is a spiral effect which can have in the machines everything to come in. And I would like to thank again everyone involved to help us this one. Thank you.
Someone can hand over the mic to Mr. Suket Singhal from MD Secure Circuits Private Limited.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, sirs. Thank you so much for this. Just a short message. We're doing something groundbreaking. I think the PCB industry, and there's a lot of approvals here, has seen poor customer service. We're looking to break that. I think I would agree with the minister. All of us, the industry, now need to take forward. The government has done everything that they can. We now need to take this forward. And I would only have two recommendations. One, at least 20%, if not 50% of everything that we produced must be sold outside the country. And also, I think we should aim for between 5 to 10% of revenue in 3 to 5 years' time to be spent on R&D, because we spend a paltry sum of money on R&D, and that is not making us competitive. I think the government has done everything that they need to do. Now we need to step forward as industry and take the step forward so that we can lead the world. Thank you so much for this, sir. I'm sure it'll go a long way for us to do all of those things.
Mr. S. Vishwanath, MD for T Connectivity India Private Limited.
Thank you, sir. Honorable Minister and the respective colleagues and everyone in the room, thank you so much. This is the third time we're getting benefited from the government scheme. It's always a pleasure to work with government, and it's deeply honored in our company that while we operate in about 100 countries, we are coming to the limelight with all the benefits that we get. We continue to expand. And you spoke about quality, sir. One of the plant has got zero compliant, and it got awarded not just in the region, on the global scale. So with cost and quality, we not only serve the local market, but really want to serve the global market. And we'll continue to invest. That's our commitment. Thank you so much.
Mr. Santosh Bhagwat from Zabil Circuits.
Yeah, good morning, sir. Honorable ministers and secretaries and everyone in the room. Thanks for giving the approvals for this under this scheme. And obviously, as the data centers are coming in India, the product requirement will grow up, and we'll be focusing on quality. But on additionally, what I would like to assure you, sir, that as we discussed in a earlier meeting, that we'll be working with government to develop the skills for the employees who are working, and will educate them on the skills that are required for these products. So that will help to grow further. Thanks a lot.
Mr. Josh Folger from JetFab.
Good morning, Honorable Minister. And the stage is world-class, and I see the sponsors represent all the entire value chain, all the way down to equipment. And I think that's what's important. Sir, we have to be world-class. I think there's no compromises. I think the scheme is world-class. It's going to take us time to get qualified with the GVCs, but we're going to try very hard, as we have the last 12 years under the Make in India scheme, setting the course for this value chain to be developed. I think this is going to be very, very fundamental. I think me and Pankaj ji have been at this for a very, very long time, over the last 20 years. I think now we have the formula, right? We will do our best. I think we have truly a world-class opportunity here, and the team. So we're looking forward. Thanks.
Mr. Arun Parasnis, MD of Recon India.
Good morning, sir. It's really honored to be here and in part of this approval process. Just about Recon, we are in the high-tech electronic component, very precision component. as a crystal oscillator. It's a frequency control product which goes into telecommunications, space, and defense. We are here in India for last 14 years, though we are a New Zealand company, but we have set up a factory here for last 14 years and then been being developed those skills. So we are part of Chandrayaan 1, 2, 3, Gaganyaan. We are part of also Sun mission, Aditya L1. We are part of 5G Indian telecom companies. Also, we are working on AI. So these products goes across the different telecommunication equipment, and the skill and the manufacturing setup what we have here is a state of art, because we developed, design, develop, and then manufacture here. So we have a class 1,000 clean rooms. So it is equivalent to the semiconductor, and the new technology what bringing in here is a quads, basically the photolithography process in India. So I think we are already part of an ecosystem for electronics manufacturing in India, and to be proud of the part of Make in India process. So thank you very much.
Mr. Pradeep Menon, CEO of Microbac Private Limited.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. It's a great privilege for us, for Micropac to be approved for this scheme. First of all, congratulations to the government for a successful launch of the scheme as well. And as a long-standing industry player, and we are committed to take the things forward here. We are investing in the next 2-3 years to take our production at least 3 times what we are doing. We cater mostly to aerospace and defense, catering to all the different ISROs and all the other things also. And as an industry partner, as well as a proud Indian, I think it is very happy that we are a link in this revolution for electronic change in electronics in India. Thank you.
Mr. Vivek Jindal from Unominda.
Honorable Shri Ashwini ji, Shri Jitin, Sushil Pal ji, and Krishnan ji. It's an honor to be here today and to celebrate the success of ECMS scheme. Speaking on behalf of Unominda, I'm pleased to share that our ECMS application has been approved, and we see this as a strong vote of confidence in our commitment to deepen India's electronic component ecosystem. ECMS is a transformative step. It identifies and addresses a foundational gap in our value chain by strengthening domestic component capabilities. The clarity, speed, and intent with which MeitY has shaped this scheme has energized the entire industry. For a company like ours, it provides the platform and the confidence to invest more, innovate more, and build more within India. It also opens new opportunities for our MSME partners and strengthens our competitive. This is a proud moment for all of us. I congratulate MeitY, ICEA, and every stakeholder involved. Unominda looks forward to contributing meaningfully to this next phase of India's electronic growth story. Thank you.
Mr. Varun Manwani from Infopower Technologies Private Limited, which is a Sahasra Group company. Yes.
Good morning. Shri Ashwini ji, Shri Jitin ji, thank you so much. Infopower is an MSME company, and so I would like to really thank you for even considering not only large companies, but also MSME companies, because we all, MSMEs are also the backbone of any economy. And, we are grateful of this opportunity. Infopower, which was started by my father, a part of the Sahasra Group, we are now in semiconductor packaging and EMS as well. One always thought, many years back, that like when I saw my father, that, he, went through this journey, his hair turned white. I hope I don't go through the same journey without electronics really moving ahead. But as it was said that after the Green Revolution, this is another form of Green Revolution whereby India will really, really come up to the global stage. So not only quality, price, but also customer commitment. I think that's a commitment which we all can take, and we will ensure that we will deliver this message to the world. Thank you very much. And Jitinji, we will definitely set up something in the state of Bihar. Thank you very much.
Thank you. The last one, Mr. R.S. Simha from AT&S India Private Limited.
Good morning, sir. I represent AT&S. We are an Austrian company, manufacturers of high technology PCB companies. We are in India for past 25 years. We manufacture the PCBs for the automotive and industrial segment. So I would like to thank the Government of India and the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology for this approval. This goes a long way because I feel the ECMS scheme would be a game changer for India to bring the electronics to a next level. And also the ease of doing business, what we experience even at the working level at MeitY, and thanks to Mr. Nirmod Kumar, this is Asha Nangia, Rashmi Ratiji, and also the whole team really supports us a very lot. So yes, thank you for giving this opportunity.
With that, I would hand over the floor to Rishabh for the announcement. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sushir sir, for coordinating these announcements. So now 17 more applications have been approved. This brings the total projects approved under ECMS to over 24 now, or just in a matter of few weeks. But we are not done yet. We have another very special announcement for today. It is my distinct honor to invite Cyient Semiconductors and Azimuth AI, who have jointly developed India's first generation energy efficient edge silicon chip, the ARKAGKT1. This platform on a chip integrates advanced computing cores, hardware accelerators, power-efficient design, and secure sensing into a single solution, delivering up to 10 times better performance while reducing cost and complexity. I request the team from Cyient Semiconductors and Azimuth AI to kindly come on stage to reveal this chip, Mr. BVR Mohan Reddy, Mr. Krishna Bodanappu, and Ms. Sridevi Badiga. Ladies and gentlemen, this So, ladies and gentlemen, this milestone reflects India's transition from a design-centric.
Well, good morning to all of you, ladies and gentlemen. It's indeed an honor for me to speak in front of Mr. Ashwini Vaishnaw ji, Mr. Jitendra Prasad ji, and the rest of the distinguished people on the dais. I started a company which was more in technology services. That was about 30 years back. And then as we saw India evolving, and India right now, I see is an embodiment of the new technologies, new initiatives, and future. And what all of us now start calling the Bharat. We tried several times in the past in terms of attempting to get into other areas. But in the last 10 years, sir, after the government led by Shri Narendra Modi ji, with you, with all of you, with him, we've seen tremendous amount of progress. That's when we thought we'll take the risk, we now have diversified ourselves into electronics manufacturing and also into semiconductors. It's all because of the vision that the current government has. And certainly, the vision all of us have is to make sure that India becomes a Viksit Bharat. And I'm sure I keep saying this, sir, that I am past. What I see in front of my eyes is my future. The fact that I see those smiling faces, the shining eyes, makes me feel my future is in your safe hands. Thank you very much for this opportunity. Thank you.
So, with no further ado, actually, I'd invite Sri Ashwini ji to give his keynote address to this gathering.
Thank you. Friends, first of all, a big round of applause for all of you who have shown confidence in Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji's Make in India program. There were many naysayers, and those naysayers are now proven wrong. You have shown the way how this country will become a major electronics manufacturing hub. I'm so glad that some people today mentioned that the government has done everything that was supposed to be done. Now it's our turn. It's a very nice thing to hear. Question is, from here, where do we go? We have created an ecosystem where we began with the finished product. Get the finished product, get the volumes in the country. First, focus on getting the finished product assembly work so that at least there is a good volume which can then pull the other stuff in the country. That was the thought process. With that thought process, we could get some of the large manufacturers of finished products into our country, and that has given us the opportunity to create the market for and demand for components. So the next step that we took was to develop the component ecosystem. And we worked with the industry guided us. We focused on certain specific components rather than spreading it thin. We focused on a set of components which are very critical for a long-term growth of the electronics manufacturing ecosystem. With that, the ECMS was conceived, approved by Honorable Prime Minister, and then finally, it was rolled out very recently. And I'm glad that the team is working so hard that practically every week, new approvals are happening. So kudos to the team. Good round of applause for the entire team. To achieve long-term success, we will have to focus on three major things. First, we will have to develop our design teams. Whatever be the cost, whatever be the effort, whatever be the hard work that has to be put in, this is something which has to be done. It's one of those non-negotiables which has to be made a part of our journey. I'll request that the department should ask in all the applications, what is the design capability that you are developing? And that should be one of the criterion for selecting the people who finally get approved in the ECMS. It's very, very important because today we have a scheme. Tomorrow we will have the entire world open to us. If we don't have the design capabilities, then that world will not remain open to us for a very long period. So that is my first request, and more like a mandate to all of you to develop your design teams. My second request and second ask is to focus on getting Six Sigma quality in every product that we manufacture. Smallest of the small products and the most complex of the complex products our success in the world will be defined by the quality of the product, timely supply of the product, good focus on what the customer requires. Then only we'll be able to really make it a success that our Prime Minister has envisioned this sector. Quality systems will also be part of the evaluation criteria henceforth. I'll request the department to make that a major part of your evaluation of the quality systems. Already the manufacturing sector has created new standards, especially in the automobile sector, in aerospace sector, in chemicals and pharmaceuticals, where the quality is today can be compared with the global benchmarks. New organizations and new institutions are getting created to make sure that our MSMEs, they can also come up to the same quality standards which some of the larger companies are having. There is a new quality organization which was recently launched by Mr. Chandra of Tata Sons and the entire team. Please make sure that that is available, that is accessible to all the MSMEs. My third ask is, my first ask is development team, second ask is quality, and third ask is, as far as possible, for everything that you use in your factory, in your plant, in your laboratory, get Swadeshi, get Atmanirbharta. Focus on developing Indian suppliers. Make sure that they also come up to quality levels. Make sure that you hold hands and get them up the value chain. That will define your success in the coming years. Because sooner or later, when the world, the way geopolitics, the way geoeconomics are emerging, the challenges will be bigger. And in those challenges, in those challenging periods, your ability to have a good control of the supply chain behind you will define your resilience and will define your ability to compete during the difficult times. So these are my three asks. We will continuously engage with you. We will continuously focus on what other things can be done. We made a good beginning. We will continue to focus on skilling our people, skilling our youth, using your plants and your capabilities. Hopefully very soon we'll come out with a new skilling framework also for electronics manufacturing, where we will be tying up with certain organizations who have done very good work in the social fields, in the society, जिनकी बहुत बड़ी पहुंच है सोसाइटी में और जिन्होंने देश के लिए बहुत अच्छा काम किया है, सरकार के सपोर्ट के बिना भी उन्होंने बहुत अच्छे अचीवमेंट्स किए। ऐसे कई ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस को आपके साथ जोड़ेंगे, जिससे कि आप एक स्ट्रक्चर्ड वे में ग्रामीण क्षेत्रों से, छोटे शहरों से हमारे नौजवानों को, यूथ को नई अपॉर्चुनिटीज दे सके। जैसा भाई जितिन प्रसाद जी ने बताया और एक हमारे साथी ने कहा भी, हमें ट्रेडिशनल मैन्युफैक्चरिंग सेक्टर्स में तो ध्यान देना ही है, लेकिन नई अपॉर्चुनिटीज भी ढूंढनी है। बिहार में जन जन ने विकास को वोट दिया है, डेवलपमेंट के लिए वोट दिया है। उस पुराने, एक बहुत पुरानी राजनीतिक परिपाटी को रिजेक्ट करके भविष्य के लिए वोट दिया है। मोदी जी में अपना विश्वास जताया है, तो अब मेरा रिक्वेस्ट आप सबसे भी है, आप सब भी सीरियसली बिहार में इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स मैन्युफैक्चरिंग के लिए, कंपोनेंट मैन्युफैक्चरिंग के लिए अपने प्रयासों को बढ़ाएं। और जो भाई ने कहा कि कमिट किया है, उनको भी धन्यवाद। आप खड़े हो जाएं एक बार, आपके लिए सभी एक बार जोर से ताली भी बजाएं। और कोई भी कमिट करना चाहे तो अभी कमिट कर सकते हैं। है कोई कमिट करना चाहेंगे? जॉश, यू आर वॉलंटियरिंग। जॉश के लिए भी तो खड़े हो जाओ यार, आप भी। आपका बिहार का प्लांट अगली बार कब आने वाला है? वेरी सून। 5 months, 3 months, 1 month. He's saying 2 months. Give a big round of applause for Josh. As we had promised some time back, we have also published our data protection rules, and that also is going to be a major change in the way our citizens' data, the privacy, is protected by the entire digital ecosystem. And as we had promised, the rules are also in a very simple language, highly focused on smooth implementation. We have considered all the inputs that have come from the industry and from citizen groups. And I'm glad that the editorials in most of the major newspapers have been very balanced and very positive about the DPDP rules. We will be focusing on creating the new complete legal framework for the digital world. जिस तरह से सोसाइटी में और हमारी इकोनॉमी में डिजिटल टेक्नोलॉजीज का प्रयोग और डिजिटल टेक्नोलॉजीज के लिए नई अपॉर्चुनिटीज, नए एवेन्यूज बन रहे हैं, ऐसे में बहुत जरूरी है कि सिटीजन्स का प्रोटेक्शन और विशेषकर हमारे आने वाली जनरेशन्स का प्रोटेक्शन बहुत जरूरी है। उन्हीं चीजों पे फोकस करके ये रेगुलेशंस बने। मैसिव कंसल्टेशन हुआ है, मैसिव कंसल्टेशन के बाद में, एक्सटेंसिव कंसल्टेशन के बाद में ये सब बने, और अब इसका प्रॉपर इम्प्लीमेंटेशन भी हो, और साथ ही साथ साइबर सिक्योरिटी के लिए, डिसइंफॉर्मेशन से बचने के लिए, डीप फेक से बचने के लिए, इन सब जो प्रॉब्लम्स को आज सोसाइटी फेस कर रही है, उनके लिए भी एक नया रेगुलेटरी स्ट्रक्चर, एक नया लीगल स्ट्रक्चर बने, जिसमें एक्सपर्ट्स के लिए और टेक्नो लीगल मेजर्स के लिए ज्यादा स्कोप रहे। उन सब चीजों पे ध्यान रख के नए लीगल स्ट्रक्चर्स भी बनेंगे, और आप सबसे मेरा अनुरोध है उसमें भी आप पार्टिसिपेट करें, अपने इनपुट्स दें। एंटायर टेक्निकल वर्ल्ड, द वर्ल्ड ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी शुड बी, my request is, should be integral part of the government, because our Prime Minister has always considered technology as the core of our development programs, as core of our development journey. So we should make sure that all of you who are part of the world of technology in different ways be integral part of this entire journey. I wish you all the very best. Produce more, produce good quality, have your development teams, have the focus on skilling the people, and win the world. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Shri Ashwini Vaishnaw ji, Honorable Union Minister of Railways, Information and Broadcasting, and Electronics and IT, as well as our chief guest, for your inspiring address. Your words reflect an extraordinary vision for the electronics industry in the years to come. Now, as we move forward, I would like to invite all the approved applicants to come forward to the stage area, please, for a group photograph with our dignitaries. ACUS, ASIC Safety, ATNS, eHome IoT, HIQ Electronics, Jabir, MeitY Electrotech, Micropack, Raycon, Sahasra, Secure Meters, Sierra Circuits, Sirma Mobility, TE Connectivity,
is new initiatives and future, and what all of us now start calling the Bharat. We tried several times in the past in terms of attempting to get into other areas, but in the last 10 years, sir, after the government led by Sri Narendra Modi ji, with you, with all of you, with him, we've seen tremendous amount of progress. That's when we thought we'll take the risk. We now have diversified ourselves into electronics manufacturing and also into semiconductors. It's all because of the vision that the current government has. And certainly, the vision all of us have is to make sure that India becomes a Viksit Bharat. And I'm sure I keep saying this, sir, that I'm past. What I see in front of my eyes is my future. The fact that I see those smiling faces, the shining eyes, makes me feel my future is in your safe hands. Thank you very much for this opportunity. Thank you.
So, with no further ado, actually, I'd invite Sri Ashwini ji to give his keynote address to this gathering.
Thank you. Friends, first of all, a big round of applause for all of you who have shown confidence in Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji's Make in India program. Electronics manufacturing hub. I'm so glad that some people today mentioned that the government has done everything that was supposed to be done. Now it's our turn. It's a very nice thing to hear. Question is, from here, where do we go? We have created an ecosystem where we began with the finished product. Get the finished product, get the volumes in the country. First, focus on getting the finished product assembly work so that at least there is a good volume which can then pull the other stuff in the country. That was the thought process. With that thought process, we could get some of the large manufacturers of finished products into our country, and that has given us the opportunity to create the market for and demand for components. So the next step that we took was to develop the component ecosystem. And we worked with the industry guided us. We focused on certain specific components rather than spreading it thin. We focused on a set of components which are very critical for a long-term growth of the electronics manufacturing ecosystem. With that, the ECMS was conceived, approved by Honorable Prime Minister, and then finally, it was rolled out very recently. And I'm glad that the team is working so hard that practically every week, new approvals are happening. So kudos to the team. Good round of applause for the entire team. To achieve long-term success, we will have to focus on three major things. First, we will have to develop our design teams. Whatever be the cost, whatever be the effort, whatever be the hard work that has to be put in, this is something which has to be done. It's one of those non-negotiables which has to be made a part of our journey. I'll request that the department should ask in all the applications, what is the design capability that you are developing? And that should be one of the criterion for selecting the people who finally get approved in the ECMS. It's very, very important because today we have a scheme. Tomorrow we will have the entire world open to us. If we don't have the design capabilities, then that world will not remain open to us for a very long period. So that is my first request, and more like a mandate to all of you to develop your design teams. My second request and second ask is to focus on getting Six Sigma quality in every product that we manufacture. Smallest of the small products and the most complex of the complex products. Our success in the world will be defined by the quality of the product, timely supply of the product, good focus on what the customer requires. Then only we'll be able to really make it a success that our Prime Minister has envisioned this sector. Quality systems will also be part of the evaluation criteria henceforth. I'll request the department to make that a major part of your evaluation of the quality systems. Already the manufacturing sector has created new standards, especially in the automobile sector, in aerospace sector, in chemicals and pharmaceuticals, where the quality is today can be compared with the global benchmarks. New organizations and new institutions are getting created to make sure that our MSMEs, they can also come up to the same quality standards which some of the larger companies are having. There is a new quality organization which was recently launched by Mr. Chandra of Tata Sons and the entire team. Please make sure that that is available, that is accessible to all the MSMEs. My third ask is, my first ask is development team, second ask is quality, and third ask is, as far as possible, for everything that you use in your factory, in your plant, in your laboratory, get Swadeshi, get Atmanirbharta. Focus on developing Indian suppliers. Make sure that they also come up to quality levels. Make sure that you hold hands and get them up the value chain. That will define your success in the coming years. Because sooner or later, when the world, the way geopolitics, the way geoeconomics are emerging, the challenges will be bigger. And in those challenges, in those challenging periods, your ability to have a good control of the supply chain behind you will define your resilience and will define your ability to compete during the difficult times. So these are my three asks. We will continuously engage with you. We will continuously focus on what other things can be done. We made a good beginning. We will continue to focus on skilling our people, skilling our youth, using your plants and your capabilities. Hopefully very soon we'll come out with a new skilling framework also for electronics manufacturing, where we will be tying up with certain organizations who have done very good work in the social fields, in the society, जिनकी बहुत बड़ी पहुंच है सोसाइटी में और जिन्होंने देश के लिए बहुत अच्छा काम किया है, सरकार के सपोर्ट के बिना भी उन्होंने बहुत अच्छे अचीवमेंट्स किए। ऐसे कई ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस को आपके साथ जोड़ेंगे, जिससे कि आप एक स्ट्रक्चर्ड वे में ग्रामीण क्षेत्रों से, छोटे शहरों से हमारे नौजवानों को, यूथ को नई अपॉर्चुनिटीज दे सकें। का सिग्नल क्रिएट करते हैं, वो मैन्युफैक्चरिंग इसकी चालू होगी। इन दोनों की खासियत ये है कि these are very very high precision components, extremely high precision components. साथ ही साथ 40 लेयर का पीसीबी 40 लेयर का पीसीबी मैन्युफैक्चरिंग भी यहाँ पर चालू होगा. 40 लेयर पीसीबी को टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस, think of it as a 40-story building. Think of it as a 40-story building in which different levels, different components are there, different people are living. There is a connection from various levels to other levels. उसमें signal का flow, power का flow, heat का dissipation और बहुत ही कॉम्प्लेक्स डिजाइन इसका होता है. और इस लेवल का मैन्युफैक्चरिंग भारत में करना, दिस विल बी अ मेजर अचीवमेंट फॉर आवर कंट्री, मेजर अचीवमेंट फॉर मेक इन इंडिया एफर्ट्स. साथ ही साथ कैमरा मॉड्यूल्स में और प्रोग्रेस हो रही है, और नए कैमरा मॉड्यूल्स बनाने वाले आज अप्रूव हुए हैं. एनक्लोजर्स की मैन्युफैक्चरिंग का भी चालू हो रहा है, जिससे कि और वैल्यू एडिशन भारत में बढ़े. और ये प्रोजेक्ट्स इस बार जो अप्रूव हुए हैं, कर्नाटक, मध्य प्रदेश, महाराष्ट्र, गुजरात, जम्मू, तमिलनाडु, आंध्र प्रदेश, काफी डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड वे में, मध्य प्रदेश काफी डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड वे में प्रोजेक्ट्स अभी आ रहे हैं. गोवा, यूपी, उत्तर प्रदेश, इन सब स्टेट्स में ये प्रोजेक्ट्स इस बार आ रहे हैं. ओवरऑल एक और बड़ा अचीवमेंट देश का आज जो इनॉग्रेट हुआ, वो है डिजाइन्ड इन इंडिया सिलिकॉन सेमीकंडक्टर चिप एसओसी, सिस्टम ऑन चिप. कंप्लीट एनर्जी मैनेजमेंट के लिए कंप्लीट एसओसी सिस्टम ऑन चिप, उसका डिजाइन भारत की एक कंपनी साइएंट ने किया है. एंड दैट्स गोइंग टू बी अ मेजर माइलस्टोन, बिकॉज as we go forward we will become a product nation, and in our journey for becoming a product nation, it's very important that we have SOCs designed in India where the entire IP resides with us, within our country, and then we can use these chipsets for manufacturing the products in that sector. We are targeting about 30 such chipsets which will be used in a large way in our country, in our economy. They will be meeting our domestic needs, as well as we will be exporting them over a period of time. So it's very heartening that our Prime Minister's program of Make in India is today getting that depth which was envisaged right from day one. As we go forward, we will practically be meeting a very large requirement, a large percentage of our requirement of many of the components like PCBs, camera modules, like many of the passive